Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is going to be a good day, so I'm going to do a little bit more of a vlog like last time, I think. And I will explain why after my breakfast. Okay, so today is, as I mentioned, an exciting day because yesterday I finished all the theory for the web apps, and so today is just videos. So the way the lessons work, are you get mostly slides with maybe 1 or 2 videos per section. So yesterday I did all of the theory, all of the slides, and I didn't do 2 videos, and I've got 2 labs to do today. So I thought today would probably be a good day to do a vlog, kind of going through a day in the life of kind of studying for these kind of things, and then after that I can start doing the labs, which is really exciting. So without further ado, let's get into video number 1. Okay, so first video done. That was about, the title of that video was HTTP cookies and sessions, and that's obviously what it was about. It pulled up Firebug, which is not a plugin which I hadn't seen before, to look at some different cookies and sessions and different scenarios where if you close down the browser, open it back up again, the session is closed, therefore the cookie is gone, and you can see the cookies and what information is in there. Looking at different status codes as well in the flesh, which was cool, and a few other bits and bobs. And I'm really excited for all of this. I think I'm especially excited for the web app stuff, because web apps, the way I see it currently is if you can get good at web apps, if that is like your kind of forte, then the whole world of bug bounties opens up to you. You become a much better pen tester, yeah, but you also have a whole world of bug bounties, which in terms of being able to have a job which you can travel anywhere with, bug bounties is definitely a good option. It's obviously completely freelance, etc. And I think it's interesting. I think it's something that you can probably get good at if you put the time into it. And that's something which I've been thinking for a long time. And so this is the first opportunity now where I'm actually learning about web apps and about the very, very core basics about how to manipulate them. But I'm glad I'm doing it in a course scenario and not just because I'm more so than pen testing. From what I've gathered so far, web apps are the kind of thing that there are obviously courses out there, but most people just get hands-on, which is completely the normal way of doing it. But seeing as this is just part of a course which I'm doing, I'm quite excited that I like the fact that the theory is there, they're laying things out, they're explaining it well, and then you're having hands-on videos and labs with them. So video 1 done. I'm going to have making up a cup of tea, and then I'm going to watch video number 2. Okay, so video number 2 done. First look at Burp Suite, which was cool. That's what the whole video was about. Powerful tool. I know that from lots of people saying that about it, how you could just spend a year just getting to know how to use it, and I'm staying very, very surface level for now. But cool to have a look at it, to understand a little bit about what it does. The spider function looks really cool. The repeater function looks really cool. And then looking at how to configure it. So those are the 2 videos done. I'm now going to start looking at the labs, and what I normally do is have a look at it, flesh out as much of a plan as I can about what it's asking me to do, how I'm going to do that to save time, because you only have I mean 60 hours is a long time, but If I can, I want to spend as much of that actually trying to do stuff and not thinking about what I need to do. So I'm going to write up a little plan about what it is I think I'm going to have to do. Then I'll try it, see how it goes. If I'm successful, then cool. If I'm not, then I'll look at the solution and then I'll do it. And then, yeah, that's it. Okay, so I've got to come clean. Yesterday didn't go to plan. I tried to set up Burp to work with my proxy, to work with my browser and the proxy, and that kicked off one of the most infuriating 6 hours of my life. And this is the second time on a completely different system, completely different, this is my old laptop, with a different VM, that I've had the exact same problem with Burp not working. And I tried to troubleshoot it. Troubleshoot step 1 led do this. Trying to do the first step of troubleshooting step 1, I had a problem, so troubleshooted the troubleshooting problem, and that led to another problem, and then trying to figure out how to fix that problem, that led to another problem. It ended up that I had to, well, I didn't have to, but I was so angry that I completely gave up and installed an entirely fresh Kali Linux. That's how bad it was. And then around 5 o'clock I managed to figure out what the problem was, and I got it working on the new Kali VM that I have. And then I went back to my old Kali and fixed it on that too. So that was all I did yesterday. I literally watched 2 videos and then got angry for about 6 hours. So today I'm going to try and, no matter what happens, I'm going to try and keep my cool, for number 1, and number 2, I'm going to try and complete these labs. Okay, so I've just done another check. Burp is still going strong this morning, thank God. If that had broken overnight somehow, I don't know how it would have done, but right now it wouldn't surprise me. So that's still working and it's all up and running. I've had a little look at the lab, what I need to do. So there's 4 stages to it. The first one is just to run and connect, get Burp talking to the web app, so everything on that side of things is fine. It says that the website contains a note from the developer informing us about the launch of an upcoming site, but what I'm looking for is a resource which was hidden from sight for a regular user, and it points to HTML. It says to have a look at HTML, so that hopefully will be okay. Then it says, this is where it gets a little bit off-piste, then use the Burp's Intruder to automate searching for available resources. So I've had a little look, because it doesn't tell you how to use Burp Intruder, but I've had a little look at how Burp Intruder works, and I need to basically, I'm going to have to find some, I don't know what parameter I'm going to be setting, and then I need to think of what payloads to put into it. But once I've got those two, if I don't know, I'll have a look at the solutions, but if not, then I'm just going to try and have a play around. And then the last one, use Burp Repeater to extract any sensitive information. And it says try fuzzing parameters and seeing if you can get anything. So it's going to be a bit of a, as always, it's the first time using Burp, so it's going to be a bit of a kind of feel and just play around with things and see how it goes. I'm not expecting to do all of it. I'm hoping to find the first 2, maybe 3 things, and then after that we'll see. Okay, so first lab done. It took about half an hour, but that was obviously looking through the solutions. So it was good actually, it was really fun, really enjoyed it. It was good to start using Burp and to see firsthand what some of the different tools can do. As I expected, finding the secret message was not too difficult. The secret message was just, also if you're planning on doing this course, obviously skip these bits because I'm going to talk about, it's just to kind of talk about the process so people having a bit of an understanding about where the kind of level of hacking is at. So if you're planning on doing these, obviously don't watch them, but pressing Control and U brings up the source code of that, or actually the way I did it was in Burp, and then looking at the response in the raw HTML. That said, 302 redirect to the new page, so ignore that, and it also said remember to delete robots.txt. Now I had never seen what robots.txt does or what it is, but what I learnt was robots.txt is an internet-facing file which is often left in applications so that what web crawlers automated scanners who scan the web and upload information to search engines so that indexing stays fresh. It includes paths that they should not include in Google searches, for example. So these are things which are sensitive information. So I had went to robots.txt, so, and then in there I had a few things which were paths which they didn't want uploaded. So obviously you could go through manually and search for each of these paths to see if there was anything on there. There are about 10, so could have done that, but obviously I wanted to try and use the intruder, which is exactly what the intruder is built for. So now I had a payload, and I had a parameter to try and fuzz. So going into there, put the $2 signs as to set the parameter after the HTTP verb, and then used the robots.txt, the list of paths that the programmers didn't want to go on Google, to use as the payload, and it searches through all of them. Most of them were error 404 not found, and then one of them was error 200, so resource found. So that was one of them, so I said, okay, so that's the one where there is some sort of information. Went on to it, and that's where it got a little bit complicated with that's where you needed to use that request telling you it referred back to another one of the paths, and then you had to try and use repeater to try some different ones, and then eventually you got a load of sensitive information. So good fun, that one, I think. Personally, it was really nice just to be using Burp, because this is one of those things that you can be spending a lot of time on. And now I'm probably going to do the second one. I feel like the universe is trying to make me not do this lab. I've just had a dog run away and spent about 3 hours trying to get the dog back. So I think I'm now going to try and do lab number 2. Okay, so it is 6 o'clock in the evening, and I finally, after 2 days, managed to finish both the labs. It's quite annoying. The second lab was going well, but then the spider spider tool in Burp Suite is being removed in the newest update. So the solutions had a spider, and there is a new alternative to spider, which was a scan, but the scan for me was greyed out. I couldn't do it. So that kind of felt like it made it a little bit more difficult, obviously, because I had to look at the solutions to try. I was manually looking through to try and manually fill out the web page, but that just wasn't it. But yeah, another good one. Quite tired now, ready to go to bed, to be honest, and start my final section of the prerequisites theory tomorrow. Okay, it's 7:30, and this really is the end of this video now. I didn't want to end it like that. I was a bit annoyed that the lab didn't feel like I'd achieved everything, and so what has happened is with the Burp 2.0 they've changed the spider feature to a new feature, but that feature wasn't available unless for me it wasn't working. So I downgraded a version of Burp and ran that. Then I went back and did the lab again, just flying through because I knew what I was doing, and then the spider feature was obviously in that version because it wasn't the Burp 2.0, and it was all there, and so I was really happy. So very tired, a bit worn out from these two days of just problems and stuff, but I'm going to do my little write-up that I do for my labs so that I can see what went well, what went badly, and just so I can read it over and force myself to write it all out, and then go to bed. And I'll see you in the next one.